If you guys are anything like me in the very slightest, then you hate dying. Now, some people just don't mind dying. It doesn't bother them that much. But no, me, I hate dying. It legit pisses me off. So if you hate dying as much as I do, this is the video for you. Today, I'm gonna show you quite a few tips on how to improve your gameplay instantly. You might not believe me, but I promise, go out and try these tips. Live and breathe these tips to improve. Now, if you haven't watched my last video, over here, I went over the best way to find God lobbies. And this is kind of the secondary video to that on slaying out on those God lobbies. So anyways, without further ado, let's jump straight into this. Now, I like to think that these tips are for everyone, whether you're just starting Call of Duty or whether you've been playing as long as I have. If you've been playing a long time, then I'm sure that you know some of these, but stick around and something might surprise you. Tip numero 1. This might seem kind of an obvious one, but finding the best class setup is key to so much. You might already think that you have found the God setups, that it just cannot get better than that. But more than likely, if you're not on YouTube a lot, if you're not looking at these updates, you might be using outdated classes. You might be getting ripped to shreds, and you're just thinking it's a bad day when it's actually just your gun. They changed the guns so much. So a class setup that you might have been using for months that's been working for you might not be as good as you think it is. Picking the right weapons will improve your gameplay so much. Now, I make class setups all the time throughout each update to show you guys what the best weapons are. So if you guys are looking to find the new best weapons, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Check out my recent videos and you'll find as many as you want there. Tip number 2 is one that not really many people think about. A lot of newer players don't think about how important this is keeping an eye on the minimap. Now, maybe someday I'll do like some eye tracking video to show you guys what I look at throughout each of my games, but I can guarantee you most of the time I am looking at my minimap. You can figure out so much information that you wouldn't originally have known if you didn't look at the minimap. This improves your game so much. You have no idea how many times that looking at the minimap have saved my ass or have gotten me very high kill gameplays. It can take a while to get used to if you're not used to looking at the minimap, but trust me, try to start focusing on it and this will help you a lot. Now, tip number 3, I decided to throw in here because I see a lot of people using a lot of different gear. Now, don't get me wrong, no matter what gear you use, you can still heal yourself just fine. But using STIM shot will make it so that you can heal faster and far more often. If you're a player that doesn't use STIM shot, I'm sure that you can think of many times where your heal wasn't ready and you died because of this. It can take a while to be able to reset your heals, and using STIM shot will cut that time down a lot. STIM shot is one of the most important items in the game and forever will be. I cannot stress enough how important STIM shot is. Now, tip number 4 is another one that seems kind of simple, but not a lot of people do. Pre-firing and pre-aiming around corners, down hallways, wherever you're expecting someone to be. Pre-aiming around every corner will never ever do you wrong. If you're already aiming down sights by the time that an enemy goes around the corner or you go around the corner and see someone, that time period that it takes to bring up your sight that you don't have to worry about at that point, if you're already aiming around a corner, it's gonna cut that time to kill down a lot, and you don't have to worry about taking the time to bring up your weapon to aim in if you're already pre-aiming. A lot of the time this is going to catch the enemies off guard too, and you're going to be able to kill people a lot faster. Now, this goes with pre-firing as well. If you know someone's around the corner, or if it's a corner that a lot of people use all the time, or an area a lot of people use all the time, there is nothing wrong with going around the corner and just shooting. Or if you know someone's about to jump out, just shoot. Even if you don't see them right that second, more than likely, if you know the enemy's there, you're going to end up getting an additional couple shots on them before they even know what's happening. Tip number 5 is something that I still find myself having trouble with in certain situations, and that is centering your gun. And what I mean by that is aiming straight in the center of your screen. So you'll find a lot of people that will aim down towards someone's feet, and this is going to make your time to kill a lot higher. You're not going to be able to kill people as fast. People are going to kill you faster because you're aiming at their feet. If you're aiming at the chest or above, always staying centered, you're going to kill people a lot faster. That goes the same with going around corners. You're pre-aiming. You're keeping your gun centered all the time, no matter what. Centered. This goes with my last tip. Remember what I was saying. Pre-aiming. Someone's going to be on the stairs. Pre-fire. You need to change up a lot. If you're at these stairs, there's no reason to center your gun right here. Center it where the person will be. Don't hit it here. You're going to hit their feet. Aim a little higher. You'll hit their chest. This is such a big thing that nobody really thinks about until they're told of how important it really is. Tip number 6 seems really simple, but it helps more than you know. I've been using this for years, and that is disabling your controller vibration. This might sound really weird, but it's something that a lot of pros do. The little vibrations in your controller when you're shooting can throw off your aim, even just a hair, which could result in the winning or losing of a gunfight. If your controller is not shaking, you won't have to worry about any of that small movement that might come from that. Now, this is something pretty easy to do. You're going to head over to options and controls, head down to controller vibration and turn it off. Again, those little movements can make a big difference. Try it out. It'll take you a couple games to get used to of not feeling that vibration, and it might even throw you off for a couple games. But give it a shot, and I promise it will not do you wrong. Tip number 7 is going to be your attitude. You might be thinking, like, how does attitude have anything to do with my gameplay? But this can go with any sport. Your attitude changes everything. It's your mind state. It's your state of mind. Go into games with confidence. Worrying about specific scenarios, who you're facing, will make you do mistakes that you don't usually do, and confidence will help fix the mistakes that you usually do. Confidence is key. Now, my last and final tip is going to be your positioning on the map. This is a big thing. Right here is a terrible position. Pause the video and think why. Seriously, think about it. Why is this a bad position on the map? This is a bad position because of the amount of places that you can get shot from. You can get shot from the window. You can get shot from over here. You can have someone come up behind you, the window. There's so many different places that you can get shot from. Now, a position like this is already far better than just a few feet away right here. You don't have as many spots that people can come from. You might have to worry about your back, but a lot of times you don't have to worry about spawn flips too much unless you see that your teammates are pushing up too much. In that case, I would turn around just to give it a look every once in a while. My best tip for this is staying on the outskirts of the map. The outskirts never have the amount of places that the center of the map has to get shot from. Stay on the outskirts. Like I was saying, pre-aim the corners, pre-fire, center your shot. All of these are key. Don't just try one of these. Don't just try 2 of these. Give all of them a shot. Trust me. Trust. But this is gonna be the end of my video. If you guys have made it this far, then you're absolute beasts. And I appreciate every single one of you. But anyways, you guys know it. I know it. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I will see you guys in the next one.